Good evening, my darling dears. It's your sparkling spider storm here as normal. And tonight's video is something for the children. So if you've got children at home, they can watch this one. As they should be able to anyway. Unless, of course, they were ruder videos like my other videos. So tonight's video is a very, very special video tonight. I'm going to do a little bit of a read from a book. It's called Fantasy Encyclopedia. It's a sort of storybook of well, magical people, I suppose, and fantasy. I will show you a picture of the book, but I can't, not even on YouTube, my darlings. So, got a good contents page about what I'm going to be reading through. I'm not going to be reading too much. I'm just going to choose a couple of pages in the book, which I really want to actually read for you once I get there. Unfortunately, there's too many blooming pages. And sections in the book to actually get there. So, if I can remember what page it's on. That's it, 88. Whoops, too far. Ow! Here we go, this section. It's chapter 6 of the book, and it's called Magic and Spells. And I'm going to read it from a particular section from there. Ooh, we didn't even do it. Damn naughty book. Ah, now, here we go. Yes, this is the book. And as you can see, it's got a lot of colour to it. So, this is the book. This section is called Wizards and Magicians. Now, wizard means wise, a respecter and keeper of knowledge. A wizard is usually kind and learned, a worker of magic, who may also be an alchemist, an astrologer, and creative entertaining illusions, and even supposedly party magic. Someone who practices dangerous magic, and for someone who performs harmless magic tricks on a stage. Sometimes, though, the two titles are used interchangeably. Oh, sorry, the word magician is used in the two very different ways for someone who practices dangerous magic and for someone who performs harmless magic tricks on a stage. Such as, like what I will do in my show, which your parents will have to show you, or find another clip on YouTube, sawing my assistant in half. Now, then my assistants will be men, not women. Anyway, so, and sometimes, the two titles are used interchangeably. Now, here in the book, it's got a picture from the ancient and Greek Roman times of the god Hermes, who was also called Mercury. Mercury in the Roman, Hermes in the Greek. Now, Greek had a caduceus, which symbolized wisdom and healing. And it has been used for centuries by assigners, physicians and pharmacists. And of course, if you've seen it, you'll have seen it on the ambulances as well. Now, wands and staffs, and this is important, this is something I need you to be aware of. Throughout history, wands and staffs have been symbols of power. Kings and queens carry scepters. Christian bishops have a ceremonial shepherd's crook. And Hermes, the Greek messenger god, caduceus, a herald's wand with two serpents. It's more of a staff, actually, but then that's information from books for you. Anyway, two serpents twirling around it. The wand of a wizard, or magician, does indeed symbolize power, as does a staff, but a staff is far more powerful. But also, if cut from the wood of a specially chosen tree, and prepared with the appropriate rituals, it contains power within itself, and is an essential tool of the wizard's magical craft. Well, they say wands and staffs in that book, but there's so much more to it. And my grandson might do a bit of a video, perhaps, on on modern stars and the differences. There's also alchemy and astrology. There's a section about runes in here. Now, it tells me about wizards and magicians in books and films. There's The Wizard of Oz, called the film, the book, and the film. The wonderful Wizard of Oz. The book was originally by L. Frank Baum. A Wizard of Earthsea, Ursula K. Le Guin, and The Casting of the Runes by Frank Steele. The Amulet of the Samarkand by Jonathan Stroud, the third person in this book. And, well, all of the Harry Potter series. So, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and finally, of course, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And there's films, of course, with the same names. But they were books first, written by the author, J.K. Rowling. So, there you are. That was a little read from my little book there. I hope you all enjoyed that, as I did. Though my mouth, unfortunately, is very, very dry now. Oh, that's my coffee mug. And yes, and on both sides, it has these lovely, fantastically, beautifully drawn and painted on dragons. I think they're guarding an egg, though, you see, in the picture. Yes, I believe they're guarding a little dragon egg. So I think there's a baby dragon inside. I tell you, that's really wetting my whistle. I'm a little bit hungry. Oh, well, a little bit peckish, actually. So, a nice old Jaffa cake. Oh, my goodness. That's wonderful. Oh, that was enjoyable. And yes, any of you watching who have got children, and you come to Bristol's Gay Pride Day on the Saturday, the 14th of July this year, you will see me there, darling dears, although my face colour will be different. And if you approach me, there'll be a reason why, and I will tell you. If you are polite about it, especially if you're little children, and your parents and any other adults, and any of my other subscribers or new, old and new, I won't be wearing my blue boots, though, because it will be summertime then, and it will be really, really hot and very, very warm. And it will be an extremely, extraordinary hot day. Most Gay Pride days in summertime and that time of year, unfortunately, usually are. I've done a few Gay Prides in Bristol now, and I can tell you. And one thing I won't be doing, though, this year is that I'm afraid I will not be participating in the Pride March. So I'm not going to do that because my feet will kill me, and my high heels, if I show them to you, the silk ones I'm going to wear for Pride, to go with my costume, look how thin the hill is. I cannot walk the length of the Gay Pride March, the Pride Parade as I believe it is called, because what they do every year, which I didn't learn until last year, was they extend it. Although, I mean, I did have a pair of high heels on for that last year, but I was half in drag and half out of drag, so to speak. So that was a bit... Ooh! I get my high heels back on. So, but anyway, yes, now I tied my hair. So that's the other reason why I had tied my hair with this, so that it's more... And it'll be more manageable for the summertime, but I'm going to leave it like this. I'm not going to untie it now. So it can be absolutely in my control, much better to control. And I can really pull on my hair and keep it really well and truly under my control. Oh, look. It's already going out of control. My hair will do that. Remember, I'm almost 91, so for me to be able to keep my hair almost that perfect. Oh dear. Oh dear. Something went down the wrong way then. So yes, doing that is not easy, I can tell you. But at least for walking around and being in the warm, hot, warm sun, my feet will be nice and, well, you know, sort of all right for walking around in the sun in the lovely summer weather. So my feet will be nice and cool. They might sweat a little bit, but, you know, apart from that, they're going to be lovely and cool and warm. So I won't be wearing any socks underneath, as you saw. So pretty much that's me for the summertime when it comes to Gay Pride Day, which I won't be performing or anything. Now, you will have to write to the people behind the organisation of Bristol's Gay Pride if you want me to perform at Gay Pride. Oh, that'll be something. So, yes, you've got a lot of time to... whoops! Oh, excuse me, that wasn't ladylike. Pardon me. Ladies shouldn't burp. And yes, that should... And if we do, we should definitely say pardon me. Whoops! And we... Especially drag queens, you know. Oh, yes, we should certainly, because we are ladies, effectively. We're just a little more manly kind of ladies. Now, the opposite to us, of course, are drag kings, as I will remind you again. So they're gentlemen, but they are a more ladylike style kind of gentlemen. Oh, dear. Now, I hope the children also enjoyed that little bit of information and a little bit of fun. It was mostly for the children. Now, I can tell you also about Gay Pride, talking about it. If you do go with your children and you take them along this year, it is at the harbour side. So it's all part. So it's not just part of the water fountains and everything. It's all part of the water side, the harbour side. So the whole harbour side is used, and which is in Millennium Square, of course. So the big gathering point, of course, is in Millennium Square. And, of course, that seems to be a lot of a place for a lot of Bristol events that go on, that are public, big events in Bristol. A lot of things happen. The gathering point is always there for some reason. So, back to Gay Pride. So, if you do take your children along and they're young enough to want a story, there is a children's section. And there will be, I believe, there's been a children's section for a long time now. And there was no one there last year. I don't know if it'll be here this year, but hopefully it will be again there this year. And, you know, there's always... one of the things about it is that there is always a drag queen there telling stories to lovely little children when it's story time. So, yes, if you want to really get your children to embrace the fact that sometimes drag queens are around, or drag kings, even though we don't always get drag kings doing that, although perhaps we should. Fair is fair, after all. Anyway, and they need a story to have been read to them. Then, good idea to let them go to the children's corner, and a drag queen might read them a story from a storybook, whatever probably is available there at the actual children's corner. So, it could be something like maybe, I don't know, a fairy tale such as Red Riding Hood, or The Three Little Pigs, or Humpty Dumpty, or, you know, something like that. So a nursery rhyme or some sort of children's story anyway. It depends what is there and the resources to the drag queen at hand. You know, what is available to the drag queen and what resources are available at hand to the drag queen when she is there, sitting there and reading the story to the children. So, that's that. But one of my videos might actually be, if I can get a children's book, will probably be me doing that. The day before Pride or something, or in preparation. But I will say this, as Spiderstorm, I will try to use my weather powers to get the weather to warm up. And it is the spring equinox tomorrow, officially. So from about midnight tonight, it's the 21st of March, and it is going to be the spring equinox. I'm hoping I can really get my powers to work. And, like Dorothy, basically... well, you know, bit of luck as well, make it warm up around here, because it's quite cold at the moment still outside, unfortunately, during the day and during the night time. So, you know, no rest for us anyway. But hopefully by the time it comes around to July, I'll have worked my powers out again. And it will be a lovely, beautiful, lovely, hot, nice, warm, sunny summer's day with a good, oh, excuse me, occasional rain and a little bit of cloud cover, but absolutely no rain whatsoever. Because I'm really hoping it doesn't rain. But, you know, just the right temperature and everything. And I can have a little influence on that. So, yes. So, I don't know when the next video is going to be, my darling dears. But for now, I shall say good night, one and all. Love to see you all. Love doing these videos for you all. And good night, my darling dears. Good night.